no need to remove keys or cell phones from your pockets. Simply walk through the pillars. Certain items are prohibited, including but not limited to backpacks and bags larger than 8.5 by 11 inches. Musical instrument cases. Game. At this time, would you please rise as the Bayport High School Marching Band, under the direction of Kyle and Ashley Seacrest, plays our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to Camp Randall Stadium here for the WIAA Division I State Championship. Matt Peck on the mic here. Elijah Vinksalata doing the producing this evening here from Camp Randall Stadium.
Taking out the Arrowhead Warhawks
Tonight's matchup features the Bayport Pirates from the Fox River Classic Conference and the Arrowhead Warhawks from the Classic 8 Conference. Bayport plays second in their conference, 6-1 during the regular season, 11-2 overall. They come to this game. Arrowhead, same thing, 6-1 in conference, but this overall record is 12-1. Only loss for Arrowhead was to Muskego, and 2 losses for Bayport were to Kimberly and West Appear. Arrowhead's path went through Wausau West at home, Brookfield East at home, Hamilton at home, and Wanakee at a neutral site. Meanwhile, Bayport went through Appleton North at home, Milwaukee-Reagan on the road, Franklin on the road, and Muskego on the road. And Bayport's put up some impressive scores throughout the playoffs, especially against some of these good teams like Franklin and Appleton North. It's kind of funny because it's one of the things to notice is Bayport has put up a lot of points throughout the season. In almost every game they won during the regular season, it was a 56-6 score, 62-26, 53-0, 63-6, 56-7, and West Appear, obviously the second last week, was a 48-45 loss, who we just saw win the WIAA Division II state championship. So that West Appear team was pretty legit this year, and we're getting ready to kick off Division I of the WIAA State Championship in the final game of the football season. Sad times, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an exciting one. Arrowhead set to kick off first. It'll be Cam DeBoer who will kick off for Arrowhead on special teams. And back deep for Bayport is looks to be number 5, Keith Willem Jr. So we're getting set to be underway here from Camp Randall Stadium. Final game of the night. And that ball will go out of bounds. Meanwhile, our pregame was sponsored by Fleet Farm. Black Friday at Fleet Farm is almost here. Doors open as early as 5 a.m. Friday, November 28th, and the first 500 customers will get free plush moose and have a chance to shop this year's best deals. Get an early peek at Black Friday ad today at fleetfarm.com. So Fleet Farm is our pregame sponsor. Meanwhile, touchback out of the end zone, and Bayport will take over at the 20-yard line. Led by quarterback Matt Stevens, and one of the names to watch out for is Brady Moon, the running back in the backfield for Bayport, who last year on the first play of the game took it all the way to the house against Muskego, another Classic 8 foe. So we'll see what he can do to start this game off in 2025. Matt Stevens in the pistol here. Hands off to Moon to start this game. Up the middle. In a couple yards, it's going to be about maybe 5 on the play, 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4 coming up here. He gets to the 26-yard line. One thing Arrowhead's going to have to do early on is limit Brady Moon. As you can see, Bayport, it's a heavy run team. Overall, it's on the passing side of things, 2,100 passing yards this year, and on the running side of things, 3,400 rushing yards. So 2nd and 4 coming up for Bayport here from the 26-yard line. Matt Stevens, once again, the pistol. Moon motions over. Stevens will keep it himself, and he'll fall down in the backfield. Bunch of Warhawks in the backfield, and that ends up being number 0, Brendan Foley on the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down coming up for Arrowhead, for Bayport. Arrowhead on defense.
3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5, technically a loss of 1 yard on the play. So it'll be interesting to see what Bayport can do here if Arrowhead can get off the field right away to start this game. So Bayport breaks the huddle here, 3rd and 5. 10:50 remaining here in this first quarter. We're just underway here from Camp Randall. 2 wide receivers on the right for Bayport. Nobody on the left. Moon motions over. Stevens gets a snap. Stevens got to keep it himself. Goes along the right side, and he's going to be close to the first down. Let's see if they give it to him. Looks to me, yes, they do. So first down, Bayport. He gets to the 31-yard line, just dove over the first down plane. And that's a huge first down for Bayport early on to kind of keep their offense moving along. Brady Moon was impressive on this field last year, like I just talked about a couple minutes ago. First play of the game, he ran for a big touchdown against Muskego. So 1st and 10 for Bayport from their own 31-yard line. Stevens gets the snap, hands off, keeps it himself actually up the middle. It's going to be a gain of a couple. I've noticed Bayport doing that a couple more times than last week. Stevens keeping himself. A lot of times they went to Moon, but a lot of times that's on film, and a lot of teams are ready for Moon just to get the ball every time. So it's kind of good to have a second option for Stevens to keep it himself. So Stevens gains 4 on that last play into the 35-yard line. Bayport breaks the huddle here. 1 wide receiver on each side. Moon in the backfield on 2nd and 6. Stevens gets the snap, rolls to the right himself, tosses it outside to Moon. Moon's got some room, taken down, short of the first down marker, about a yard. So he'll set up 3rd and 1 for this Bayport offense. Let's see what the official marking will be. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for Bayport. And Bayport already 1 for 1 today on 3rd downs. They converted last time on a short 3rd down. See if they can do so again. Arrowhead could use a stop here. 3rd and 2. 1 wide receiver set up on each side. Stevens in the pistol. Moon motions over. Moon will get the handoff on the outside and take it down to the backfield that time. That's number 54 for the Warhawks, Tristan Seidel. And he forces Bayport to get the 4th down. So almost missed and had a second effort, but Bayport looks like they're keeping their offense in the field here. We'll see what they do here from their own 39-yard line, currently in the huddle. Bayport breaks the huddle here on 4th and 2. Stevens set up with Moon in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on the left, nobody on the right. 1 wide receiver motions to the left. Moon! Stevens keeps himself, avoids the pressure, and he's going to be taken down, and Arrowhead for a turnover on downs. Arrowhead gets the stop that they needed. And what it kind of looked like there is Moon ran into Stevens, and then Stevens just kept the ball because Moon wasn't going to go anywhere, and then it just turned into disaster. So Arrowhead will get the ball right around the 39-yard line of Bayport to start us off. So the stop that Matt defense needed. And this is the first time we'll see the Warhawks on offense today, led by Nolan Hansen, the starting quarterback. And keep something in mind, on my depth chart, Jabari Craig is named the starting running back. Normally it would be Jacob Seiner, but there's no sign of him on this depth chart. Oh. It's number 2, yeah. So number 2, actually, Devin Nettles will be in the backfield right now to start us off, the backup running back. And they hand it to him the first play, and he trips and falls down. Maybe he gets about a yard. So Arrowhead maybe will be using both Nettles and Craig. So he gets 1, so it's 2nd and 9 from the 35-yard line. So 2 wide receivers on the left for Arrowhead, 2 on the right. Hansen awaiting the snap. Hansen gets the snap. Once again, a handoff to the right side. And Nettles again, and he gets about maybe 1, but it's close. And Bayport's kind of been right over that defense. Nettles right away on the rush. And I expect Arrowhead probably to go to pass here on 3rd down. He gets actually 2 yards in that play. So 3rd down and 7 for this Arrowhead Warhawks offense coming up. So from Arrowhead on Bayport's 33-yard line early on after forcing a turnover on downs, 2 wide receivers on the left, 2 on the right for Arrowhead. Hansen gets a snap, looking around, trying to avoid the tackle. No, he's going to get sacked. That looks like that's going to end up being number 78, Aiden Dirksen of Bayport, coming in and forcing the pressure on Hansen to take him down. And it'll be 4th down for Arrowhead. So that'll set up 4th and 12 now.
London Cornell makes a tackle for loss for Bayport. And it brings up 4th down and 12 for Arrowhead.
So now Arrowhead basically forced to punt it away. Bayport does not have anyone back right now. Assuming they're going to send somebody back. Yeah, I think they're just trying to play the field. Punter for Arrowhead is Evan Wozniak. They're going to try to play the field, and that one's going to bounce. Ooh! And Arrowhead, no, it actually ends up going in the end zone. So couldn't quite hit it out of the end zone with 6:04 left. Are we heading to TV timeout? Yes, we are. So 0-0 game. Both teams have had the ball once. Bayport will be the ball. have the ball after the break on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck here. Elijah Vanxalata doing the producing. Today's game is sponsored by Bound, Wisconsin. Be sure to check out Bound, Wisconsin for score, standings, stats, and written content throughout the week. I get my stats from Bound, Wisconsin, and you can too. That's www.boundwisconsin.com. Been the main carrier for football stats here, and it's a very unique resource. I recommend everybody check it out. Meanwhile, coming out of the break here, 1st and 10, it will be for Bayport from the 20-yard line after the touchback. It'll be interesting to see what Bayport does on offense here. After the break, Arrowhead obviously came up with a huge stop that many of us didn't expect to see. Bayport 0 for 1 today so far on 4th downs. We could talk about earlier. Bayport came up with that huge stop, and then Bayport 1 for 2. They converted a 3rd down in last possession. And then Arrowhead obviously 0 for 1. Arrowhead right now at -2 total yards as a team. Bayport at 16 yards. Bayport or Arrowhead have not passed the ball yet, according to our little stat sheet. So that's a little bit of stats throughout the first possession for both teams. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Bayport, coming out of the break as they take the field here. So Stevens sets up kind of in the pistol. 2 wide receivers on the right lined up right behind each other. Moon right behind Stevens. 1st and 10 here from the 20-yard line. Hands it off to Moon up the middle. Moon's got a couple. Maybe 2 or 3. And it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. 2nd and 8, the official marking. So 2 yards for Brady Moon on the last play.
Gain of 2 to the 22. 2nd and 8.
It's 22-yard line for Bayport on their own. 2 wide receivers on the right. Nobody lined up on the left for Bayport. Moon behind Stevens in the backfield. Stevens fakes the handoff, throws to the right side. It's complete. Down the sideline, close to the 1st down. That was complete by number 16, Casey Jacobson, the tight end for Bayport. And they will rule the 1st down. So Jacobson gets to the line again. 1st down and 10 for Bayport. So that's actually Matt Stevens' first pass today as well. So Bayport will set up with 1 wide receiver on the right. Moon behind Stevens in the backfield. Here's a snap on 1st and 10. Moon up the middle, through, got some room. Across the 40-yard line, down about the 44-yard line. Another 1st down for Bayport. Moon just came like just demolishing through that line, defensive line. Kind of like what we saw out of him last year, right on the same field. So it'll be 1st and 10 once again for Bayport. So 1st and 10 here from their own 44-yard line. Stevens, nobody in the backfield. 1 wide receiver. Moon motions over. Stevens keeps himself on the fake handoff, goes to the right side, across the 50-yard line, into Arrowhead territory, down to about the 48-yard line. Close to the 1st down, will be about a yard short. So Brady Moon kind of using that fake handoff and keeping himself. I should say Matt Stevens is doing that today. So Brady Moon isn't getting a carry every time. Like I said, Arrowhead's probably been watching that film all week and expecting Moon to get a bunch of touches, which he still will. But it'll be 2nd and 2 now as they officially get into Warhawks territory. Stevens gets a snap, hands off to Moon. Moon's got a 1st down to the 45-yard line.
Moon on the carry.
And Bayport doing exactly what they need, just move the chains a little bit. And Moon, somebody who's been effective all year long. Almost nearly 1,950 rushing yards on the season coming into today's game. And he's got 25 already today. So 1st and 10 now for Bayport on Arrowhead's 45. Stevens, Moon will once again motion over. This time he'll give it to Moon. Moon on the right side will cut towards near out of bounds and taken down at about the 41-yard line, a gain of about 3 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. 2nd and 6. So a gain of 4 for Moon on the play.
Ball's at the 41, a gain of 4.
So the ball will be at the 41 of Arrowhead for Bayport. Bayport looking to score here first. 2nd and 6. 2 wide receivers on the left. 3 actually on the left. Nobody in the backfield behind Stevens. Now Moon motions over. As Stevens will fake the handoff. Will try to avoid pressure. Stevens pressured and will throw the ball out of bounds. Just got it off in time. And it'll be 3rd and 6. And I see a flag on the ground. Looks like we got our first flag of the game. We'll see who this goes against. Got our field mic obviously out there. So you'll be able to hear at home as well. So no indication yet, but I hear some cheering. I didn't see him wave it off. I'm taking it could be on Bayport because they're showing head coach at Bayport right now, Steve Jorgensen. Here we go. Here comes the call, I think. Still waiting on the call. But indication is it's on Bayport as they keep showing Steve Jorgensen. It's going to be intentional grounding on Bayport. So there were two penalties against Bayport there. It'll be a loss of down, 3rd down coming up for Bayport. Steve Jorgensen does not look too happy about that call. Kind of tough. He threw out of bounds as he was getting hit. I think the argument was anybody in that area where he threw it. So it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up here for Bayport from the 49-yard line of their own now. Should be 3rd and 11 actually. 3rd and 16. Sorry, here we go. So Stevens back in the pistol, rolls to the right, hands it to Moon up the middle. Moon taken down that time. That's Ethan Kirkley on the carry, on the tackle. And I'll set a 4th down, and both teams come away. Bayport's second possession does become empty, unless pending something crazy doesn't happen here. As we saw craziness already, West Apure fake punted in their in Notre Dame end zone at the 1-yard line. So, I mean, well, never say never about anything. We'll see the rest of the night. So 4th and 16, Bayport looking to punt it away. It'll be punted away. Taken from about the 10-yard line across the 15, cutting to the right. And taken down at about the 21-yard line by a handful of Pirates. So with 2:20 remaining, Arrowhead's offense will get their second crack out there today after forcing Bayport scoreless twice on defense. Looks to me we're heading to a break, so 0-0 game between Bayport and Arrowhead. We'll be back with more after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown grassland dairy products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck doing the play-by-play today. Elijah Vankslot on the producing end. Today's game is sponsored by Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. 0-0 game here at Camp Randall between Bayport and Arrowhead here in the WIAA Division I State Championship. Final game of the football season. It's going to bring me to tears. Anyways, Arrowhead's offense will come out for the second time today. They'll start at their own 20-yard line, led by quarterback Nolan Hansen. Like I mentioned earlier, there's no sign of Jacob Seiner today. So it'll be Jabari Craig and Devin Nettles doing the running today for Arrowhead. I believe Seiner's a senior. He was on the team 2 years ago and we used to cover them quite a bit. So one wide receiver on the left for Arrowhead set up to start here. Hansen in the pistol. Hansen gets the snap. It's a handoff to the left side and taken down at about the 25-yard line, 24 that time. That's Jabari Craig, the running back. The running back one for Arrowhead today, assigned in the depth chart. So it'll be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6 coming up from the 24-yard line. So one wide receiver now lined up on the left and right for Arrowhead. Looks like it's still Craig out there behind Hansen. Hansen gets the snap, hands it off once again to the left side, cutting out close to the first down. It got about 2 yards short, as that's Jabari Craig once again. It'll set up third down coming up. 3rd and 2. Arrowhead so far coming before this play, they have 2 rushing yards overall. Hansen, the quarterback, has -5 as he tried to take off and lost 5 yards on one play in the sack. So one wide receiver set up, actually 2 on the left for Arrowhead. Craig once again in the backfield behind Hansen. It's 3rd and 2 now from Arrowhead's own 28-yard line. Hansen gets the snap, hands it off to Craig. Craig up the middle, first down, Arrowhead. To the 32-yard line. A gain of 4.
Asher Fontaine made the stop.
Asher Fontaine on the tackle for Bayport.
1st and 10 for Arrowhead.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Warhawks. Warhawks will bring 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. This time they'll throw 2 guys in the backfield next to the quarterback Hansen. It'll be Nettles and Craig. 1st and 10 now from the 33 of their own. Hansen hands it off this time to Nettles and taken down. It's actually very interesting because I think Jacob Seiner just did get a touch. So he is playing, but he's not listed number 1 on the running back depth chart. So that's interesting. Even though he's been the one guy all year. So Jacob Seiner gets his first touch of the game. As I don't know if they'll let the clock roll here, but it'll be 2nd and 8. 10 seconds left here in this first quarter from the 35-yard line. 1 wide receiver on the right and left signed up for Arrowhead there. I think it's going to be the end of the quarter coming up. Yes, they will take it to the end of the quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, a scoreless first quarter. We head to the second quarter here. Arrowhead ball after the break here on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfein Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck here. Elijah Vanksala doing the producing. Today's game is sponsored by Mutual WIAA. Mutual WIAA Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit Mutual WIAA to find an agent near you. That's mutualwiasa.com. So 2nd and 8 for Arrowhead coming out of the break here to begin the second quarter. Arrowhead, Bayport both doing a pretty good job on defense so far. Coming out of the break, Arrowhead rushing at 13 rushing yards. Bayport rushing at 41 rushing yards. Bayport a little bit ahead of the game here. Bayport's also had the ball twice. 2 complete possessions already. Stevens only 1 for 1 on passing, and Arrowhead has yet to pass the ball. For actually no passing attempts. Isn't that crazy? Which is kind of weird because we cover a lot of Classic 8 teams, but we hardly ever see Arrowhead. Arrowhead's only rushed for 123. See, I can tell that these stats were not completed. Only 388 rushing yards on the season and only 123 passing yards. No, actually, wrong side. I was looking at the wrong one. No, these stats have to be completed. So 2,600 rushing yards for the running backs of Arrowhead and 1,700 passing yards. So, I mean, they're kind of more of a rushing team, so it's kind of what we've been seeing earlier. Yep, so this is all for regular season. That kind of gives you, they're kind of a little bit more of a rushing team. So 2nd and 8 now from the 35-yard line. Hansen will set with 2 wide receivers on the left. Looks like Siner's in the backfield for Arrowhead. Hansen gets the snap. It's a handoff to Jacob Siner. Siner right through the middle. Maybe 2 or 3 yards on the play. He's taken down by number 78 of Bayport, Aiden Durkinson. And that's Dirkson's at least 2nd or 3rd tackle today. So it'll be 3rd down coming up for Arrowhead. So they'll need 5 yards to get here on their own 38-yard line. 2 wide receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Siner, I believe that's still Siner out there next to Stevens next to Hansen in the backfield. So 3rd and 5 here. Hansen gets the snap, going to pass for the first time today, and it's complete on the right side. And close to first down. I believe he's got the first down. That's complete to number 13, Brody Kugler.
Hansen's pass complete to Brody Kugler. First hit by Jordy Walker at the 44. All right. 1st and 10 for Arrowhead.
So 1st and 10, Arrowhead converts there. So 1 wide receiver on the left and right. Siner once again lined up in the backfield. Arrowhead looks like they have a bunch of options for running back, especially in the backfield. They didn't have Siner. It's actually not Siner this time. That's going to be, I believe, Craig. No, Nettles with the ball carrier that time. It's about a gain of 2 on the play. So you're going to see a lot of Devin Nettles, Jabari Craig, and Jacob Siner tonight for Arrowhead. So 1 yard gain for Nettles. The Arrowhead will set up now 2nd and 9 from their own 46-yard line. Slowly moving the ball here. Today, Arrowhead is 2 for 3 on 3rd downs. 66% early on in this game. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left for Arrowhead's offense. Hansen awaiting the snap here. Hansen gets the snap, rolls back to pass. Hansen looks to the right side. It's going to be complete, first down, Arrowhead. On the sliding catch. That's Harper Hughes that makes the reception, and kind of a sliding catch, too. He goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. It'll be good enough for an Arrowhead first down. So now 2 wide receivers coming up. Arrowhead, 2 on the right, 2 on the left as well. Hansen gets the snap, hands it off this time to the right side. It's going to be a gain about 4 yards, pushing a little bit more, maybe 6 possibly. That's Jabari Craig on that carry. So it'll be a gain of 6. So it'll be to Bayport's 38-yard line for Arrowhead. So 2 wide receivers on the left now, coming up for 2nd and 4, 1 on the right. Arrowhead kind of seemed like they're establishing more of an offense after the last possession. kind of going between running and passing. Still more running, but they used the pass option a little bit more on this possession. It's a fake pass this time and a handoff up the middle, close to the first down. It'll be third down coming up. That's Jabari Craig once again. He's about a yard short, maybe 2.
Jabari Craig, the ball carrier.
It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up from the Bayport 36-yard line. And you know, Arrowhead probably really wants this third down here. Like I mentioned earlier, they're 2 for 3 so far, 66% on third downs. Majority of them come on this possession. Rolling about 8:15 left here in this second quarter. No score yet between these two teams. One wide receiver on the left. Hanson awaiting with Craig in the backfield. Hanson gets the snap here on 3rd and 2. Hands it off to Craig. Craig got a first down. Bounces off a tackle outside the left side down to the 30-yard line. So another Arrowhead first down that moves them to 3 for 4 on third down so far in this game. So that will be down at the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Arrowhead. And after last week's game, a lot of people were talking about how Arrowhead, kind of struggled to get through some of these playoff games and how good Bayport was looking. But so far, Arrowhead's hanging in pretty good with Bayport. A lot of people kind of were skeptical about that. But it is a state championship game, remember, so these teams had to earn their ways to get here. So handoff this time will be to Jacob Seiner on the right side. And that one's going to be read well by a bunch of Bayport Pirates. That's going to end up being number 19 on the tackle. London Cornell on the tackle for Bayport. So it'll be a loss of 1. Arrowhead will approach the line now from Bayport's 32-yard line here. Under 7 minutes remaining already in this second quarter. 2 wide receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Hanson with 2 men in the backfield next to him now. On 2nd and 11 now. Hanson gets the snap. I got to assume it's going to be a run play. He gets the snap. No, he'll pass this time. He'll roll back. Quick little pass on the screen and take it down that time. Try to go a little bit dump off here. And Bayport kind of just saw that coming. That pass was thrown to Devin Nettles, their backup running back. It'll be a loss of 1, so 3rd and 12 now coming up. And I got to think Arrowhead is probably going to go past 2 times in a row now, considering they need 12 yards. They need to get to the 21-yard line of Bayport for a first down here. They set up on Bayport's 33-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the right. Arrowhead so far, 2 for 2 passing, 16 yards. Rushing their 30 yards so far. So pretty balanced between both of them. 3 wide receivers completely on the right. Nobody on the left for Arrowhead. Hanson rolls back to pass, looking around, rolls to the left. Going to take it himself up the middle. No, he'll throw it across. And it's incomplete. That was a 10-2. 82, and that is Logan Crowley. So just dropped around the chest. Just couldn't hang on that time. So are they kicking a field goal? Wow. Looks like they're going to kick a field goal from here. It'd be a state record if he makes this. It's a 50-yarder. It's going to be a 50-yarder here for Cam DeBoer. Let's see if he can make it. Snap. Hold. The kick is going to be short. No good. So Bayport gets a defensive stop. And Bayport will take over. Still scoreless. 5:47 left here in the second quarter. And you kind of look at the yardages between both these teams. Bayport had 41 rushing yards, 9 passing yards. Arrowhead had 15 passing yards and 30 rushing yards. So they're somewhat balanced. Actually, believe it or not, Arrowhead's at 45, Bayport's at 50 yards. So they're somewhat both kind of sitting still on offense right now. The defense has been the story for both these teams to start this game. And kind of like last game. It's funny about last game because we thought that game was going to be 55-55. In the second half, really nobody hardly scored between Notre Dame and West Lapeer. We thought, boy, both these defenses really didn't show up. But what really happened was they showed up in the second half when it mattered. And I think there was only 7 points allowed in the second half, and that was by Notre Dame. And that was in the fourth quarter, too. So everybody thought that everybody would be trading possessions to start this game. So with 5:47 remaining here. Like we talked about before, the stats between both these teams and receiving yards so far, leading it for Arrowhead was Harper Hughes. He had that big 10-yard catch for that third down conversion. First downs between both these teams, 4 first downs for each team. So like I said earlier, pretty balanced between both these teams to start this game. But we've seen craziness that could change in the second half. Actually, my WIAA thing hasn't been updated, so there's probably a little bit more stats than this. I just realized that. Thing froze up. Alright, so we'll talk about Arrowhead's path once as everybody knows, they go through the Classic A conference. It's always a tough schedule every year, and scheduling Marquette and Neenah is not much better. But you always got to play the best to be the best. So they played Marquette and Neenah in non-conference. You got Muskego on the schedule, Mukwonago, Hamilton they had as a crossover game, so that's another tough game. Brookfield East, it was kind of a scare towards the end of the playoff game. They led by a lot, and then they kind of let Brookfield East back in the game, and Brookfield East was close to winning that game. Hamilton was up 24-7 at one point. There was just 21-0, and Arrowhead came all the way back. And Waunakee was kind of like back and forth. Waunakee led for a little bit, then Arrowhead led a little bit, and then Arrowhead made a big field goal down the stretch. Meanwhile, Bayport's 41-6 win over Appleton North round 1. Level 2, they had to go to Milwaukee-Reagan, which was generous for the MPS schools for sure, having to travel there. They got a 49-8 win at Reagan. So 1st and 10 now for Bayport. It'll be a handoff to Moon on the right side. He'll be taken down, maybe a gain of a yard. We're talking about Bayport's path, and they had to go to Franklin level 3, which they just surprisingly took down very easily. And then Muskego was a back-and-forth battle last week. We saw Bayport against Franklin level 3 in person. I even said to Elijah, said this team looks really good. They might repeat. But right now, Arrowhead's doing some pretty good things on defense to hold them back from what Franklin allowed, Muskego allowed, Appleton North allowed, and obviously, Milwaukee-Reagan allowed. Stevens looks to pass here on this play. That one's going to be intercepted on the tip. Went right off the hands of the wide receiver, and that's going to be picked off by number 23, Jack Borst for Arrowhead. A huge turnover, and Arrowhead gets it right back where they had it. So they'll start at the Bayport 22-yard line. That's something Arrowhead needed there. Something Bayport couldn't have happen, though. Yep, it was tipped right off the Bayport's wide receiver, thrown a little bit high, and then right in the hands of the Arrowhead defender. So Arrowhead will come back out on offense right away. One wide receiver set up on each side. Right behind Hansen. Looks to be Craig from up here. Hansen gets a snap on 1st down and 10. Hands off to Craig. Craig keeps on pushing. Close. Still about 4 more yards to get it, but about 2nd and 4 coming up. Gain of about 6 on the play. Be gain of 4. Yep, you're right. So Arrowhead doesn't huddle up very often. They go quick motion all the time. On every play. They seem like they're ready to go right away. So 2 wide receivers on the right now, 1 on the left. Hansen with Craig in the backfield once again. 2nd and 4 now from Bayport's 18-yard line. Arrowhead in the red zone now for the first time today. Hansen rolls back to pass. Hansen goes to the end zone. Incomplete. Well overthrown. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up. So 3rd down and 6. Arrowhead will set up from Bayport's 18-yard line. 2 wide receivers will be on the right for Arrowhead on this one, 1 on the left. Looks to me that Jacob Seiner has re-entered. I'd be interested to see Hansen go pass here and go to Harper Hughes, who's the leading receiver so far for Arrowhead today. Hansen gets the snap, looking. Hansen passes to the end zone, and it's going to be hold in, but a penalty. Touchdown Arrowhead. Harper Hughes, who I just talked about, who they needed to go to, just got the touchdown reception, but hang on, there was a flag on the play. We'll see who it's against. I think it could be on Bayport. There might have been a little bit, contact in the end zone. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to end up being on Bayport. But don't count me in on that yet. It'll be pass interference on the defense. Yep. So the play will count. Arrowhead touchdown pass. Nolan Hansen to Harper Hughes. An over-the-shoulder catch for Harper Hughes as well. He had to kind of go back and look for that one. So now Cam DeBoer will attempt the extra point. The extra point is, it's going to be missed. Wide to the left, no good. So Arrowhead only comes away with 6 on that possession. We head to a break here. 4:15 left here in the second quarter. Arrowhead grabs the lead 6-0. More football coming your way after this on Zaleski's.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield, is your local Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. They have it all, including farm tractors and the best-selling and #1 rated in durability and owner experience Kubota compact do-it-all tractors. And don't forget the versatile Kubota RTV utility vehicles, along with Kubota zero-turn mowers for the best lawn care equipment. Get them all at Chili Implement. Chili Implement is open Monday through Saturday. Call us or visit our website at chiliimplement.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck here alongside Elijah Vinkstad doing the producing. Today's game is sponsored by Infinity Exteriors. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. That's Infinity Exteriors. Arrowhead came away right before the break with a touchdown. Nolan Hansen to Harper Hughes, 18-yard touchdown pass. Arrowhead would go on to miss the extra point, so that's why we're only sitting at 6-0 right now. Arrowhead right now probably shocking a lot of people. A lot of people thought, Arrowhead, like I talked about a couple minutes ago, Arrowhead was just, the team that barely got by, and Bayport was looking almighty impressive. Like I talked about Bayport's resume. Appleton North was a good team. They beat them 41-6. Milwaukee Reagan, we knew what was going to happen there, but Franklin 42-13. In the Muskego last week, a close game, 38-35. It's the only close game that Bayport really played in the playoffs was Muskego. And the really only close game they really played before that was West De Pere. They lost 45-48. And a Middleton game, they won 39-36 week 1. So Bayport really only played 3 close games all year. In the 13 games leading up to today. And both teams 6-1 in their respective conferences. Arrowhead coming from the Classic 8, finished behind Muskego. And Bayport finished behind West De Pere, who won the Division II state championship just about an hour ago. So Cam DeBoer will be set to kick this one off. 4:15 left before the half here.
Evan Wozniak will kick off for Arrowhead from the 45.
I think so. Keep in mind, Arrowhead will be kicking off closer from the 45-yard line because of the pass interference on the touchdown. The kick is away, and it'll go right out of the end zone. Actually, probably right through the uprights. So, Bayport will take over from the 20-yard line here. Bayport looking to do something here before half, down 6-0 after an Arrowhead touchdown on the last possession. We'll see what they do as they break the huddle and come onto the field here. Arrowhead, a couple guys you can watch out for on defense: Zach Laveau, Tristan Seidel, Otto Cochran as well, Jack Borst, who we saw make a couple tackles. Evan Wozniak as well, Brendan Foley, Ethan Curley. A lot of guys you can watch out for on that Arrowhead defensive line. Stevens gets the Snap, hands it off to, tosses it to Moon. He's going to be taken down and about a loss of a yard there. So it'll be 2nd and 11 coming up now after a loss of a yard there. So 2nd and 11 coming up for Bayport on offense. One wide receiver on the right for them. Moon in the backfield next to Stevens. Stevens gets the snap, keeps it himself, fake the handoff to Moon. Going a little bit up the middle, still down to the 25-yard line. It's going to get at least 3 to 4 on that play. It'll be 3rd down coming up for Bayport.
Kristen Seidel there for the Warhawks. Gain of 6.
So it'll be a gain of 6, 3rd and 5 coming up for Arrowhead on offense. So just about 3 minutes remaining here in this first half. Arrowhead with a 6-0 lead. Bayport kind of in a huge 3rd down they need to get here in this first half. 2 wide receivers on the left, nobody on the right for Bayport. Stevens gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Moon. Up the middle, over the middle, complete! No, it comes out! Is it going to be ruled incomplete or a fumble? Looks like it's going to be incomplete. Was caught initially, but it came out.
Stevens pass complete. Casey Jacobson.
Are they saying it was a catch? I think they've ruled it a catch, actually. Oh, they went quickly. They took the replay off the board. I don't know. They might have to review that. Ref kind of like standing in the middle, holding up play. Ethan Curley technically made the tackle, but they're saying it was a catch. So it will be a 1st down for Bayport. So 1st and 10 Bayport now for their own 39-yard line. It's going to be handoff to Moon up the middle. Moon trying to push through the line, take it down and gain about 2 yards.
Jacob Downing on the stop.
Jacob Galling on the stop for Arrowhead. Oh, yeah, he took about 2-3 steps there. I think it's probably a good call that it was a completion there.
Ball's at the 41.
Yesterday we reviewed a play after the play happened, so maybe we can do it again. Yeah, I know it's a question. 2nd and 8. 2 wide receivers on the right for Bayport. Stevens takes it off, throws it over the right side. It's complete to the 40-yard line, across to the 30, take it down inside the 30-yard line. A huge completion for Matt Stevens. That's to Ethan Orlando, the wide receiver. And Bayport moves into Arrowhead territory here, under 2 minutes remaining.
The Arrowhead 27-yard line. Gain of 32 on the play. 1st and 10 Bayport.
And that was a completion of 32 yards from Matt Stevens to Ethan Orlando. 1 wide receiver set up on each side. Stevens gets the snap, going to roll to the left, going to keep it himself. Gets pushed down by the Arrowhead line, going to gain about 1 or 2 maybe. Zach LeBeau on the stop for Arrowhead. So it'll be a 3-yard gain. About 1:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Bayport almost in the red zone of Arrowhead. Just needs to get 4 more yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. They need to get to the 17-yard line of Arrowhead for a 1st down. 1 wide receiver set up on each side for Bayport. Stevens gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Moon. Stevens going to throw to the left side. It's incomplete, just a little bit overthrown. He was wide open. Probably would have walked in for a touchdown there. Brady Suda, the tight end, was on the intended pass there. Kind of went off his hands, but like I said, it was overthrown there. So it'll be 3rd and 7 coming up here with 46 seconds remaining here in the first half. Yep, if that's a better pass, he walks in for a touchdown. So it'll be 3rd and 7 at the 24-yard line for Bayport. 1 wide receiver on each side. It looks like it's going to be a timeout called by Steve Jorgensen. Oh, no. Timeout by Matt Harris for Arrowhead. Are we staying here or what are we doing? We'll go to a quick game break. We'll be back with more football on Zaleski Sports.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meta Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at metacustom.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vincelata doing the producing for me, doing an exceptional job over there. Today's game is sponsored by Nasonville Dairy. Coming up is the Where's Grassland? So actually coming up is the halftime sponsor of Grassland. Grassland Butter, the halftime show is coming up. Find exciting and rewarding career opportunities at grassland.com. That'll be coming up in 46 seconds. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for Bayport now on offense. One wide receiver on the left. Stevens fakes the handoff to Moon, throws it to the left side. He's going to be a completion, but short of the sticks. He's inbounds, so the clock will run. It'll be about 4th and 1 or 2, and the timeout's going to be quickly called by Bayport.
At the 19-yard line.
So it'll be a timeout for Bayport. Their first timeout of the half will be 4th and 2 coming out of the timeout. Going over some stats so far. Matt Stevens is kind of racking up the stat category now at 59 passing yards so far. 5 for 7 passing. Had that big pass at the beginning of the drive here. Believe it or not, Bayport has more passing yards than rushing yards right now. Bayport only had 54 rushing yards. Usually Bayport's the opposite. They're more of a rushing team. They're not totally lopsided with rushing, but they're more of a rushing team when you look at the stats this year. Arrowhead, on the other hand, 33 passing yards, 34 rushing. Arrowhead kind of started to establish that run game, but kind of getting a little bit of the pass game going as well. Ethan Orlando is the leading receiver for Bayport right now. He had that big catch for 32 yards to start this possession. So far, Arrowhead 4 for 6 on 3rd down. And Bayport 2 for 5 on 4th down. Bayport is 0 for 1 today. So we'll see what they can do here. 4th and 2 coming up now. 34 seconds remaining here. Bayport has the ball on the Arrowhead 19. Stevens gets the snap. Gonna toss it outside to Moon. Moon juggles it. And who's got it? And no matter what, it's gonna be Arrowhead football because it's a turnover on downs. So there was technically no fumble in the play. It was just a turnover on downs. So Moon had a fall on it. So it's going to be a loss of a couple yards, and Arrowhead will get the ball here with 27 seconds remaining here in the half. So Arrowhead will start 1st and 10 on their own 22-yard line. So Bayport got the ball to start the game, so that means it'll be Arrowhead football out of the half. Stay with us for our Grassland Butter halftime show, where we'll talk about, stats, what we've seen so far today. 2 segments at state. Yep, so 1st and 10 now, 27 seconds remaining here. Hansen gets the snap. He'll hand it off on the left side. And got a little bit of a carry and a 1st down at least. And that's Jabari Craig on the ball carrier that time. So it'll be 1st down and 10, 22 seconds remaining on the clock.
1st and 10 for Arrowhead.
First and 10 now. 2 wide receivers on the right, 2 on the left for Arrowhead. Hansen sets up now on their own 33-yard line. About 20 seconds remaining in the half. It's going to be a handoff once again on the left side. Got a good chunk of yards that time. And he's got the 1st down once again, Jabari Craig. So Arrowhead moving the ball. 16 seconds remaining here in the half. So they're moving the ball quite well on the ground to start this possession. It'll be timeout for Arrowhead, and they'll have 1 remaining. We'll stay because we'll be at halftime quite a while.
Need some exercise or getting cold? Try some pull-ups.
So today's game, once again, coming up after this, will be halftime is coming up soon, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Find exciting and rewarding career opportunities now at grassland.com. So that's coming up shortly. Be interesting to see what Arrowhead does here. I think we're going to see them pass one time. It's 1st and 10. I think they're going to want to try and get in field goal territory because you can take all the points that you need to get here in this game, that's for sure. And Arrowhead kind of slow to start in the passing game, 33 yards, but they had a couple good passes. Actually, the touchdown that came in this game was a touchdown pass from Nolan Hansen to Harper Hughes. Harper Hughes has been probably the most impressive Arrowhead wide receiver today with 28 yards receiving. So Arrowhead 1st and 10 coming out of the timeout. 16 seconds left here on their own 44-yard line in the second quarter here. 2 wide receivers on the right for Arrowhead, 2 on the left. Hansen gets the snap. He'll roll back to pass. Hansen looking down across the middle. It's caught. First down to the 30-yard line. And a huge gain for Arrowhead. Harper Hughes again. That connection has been there between Hansen and Hughes all night long. So it'll be timeout once again called by Matt Harris. So it's his last one of the half. But Arrowhead's kind of got probably a lot farther than they thought they were probably going to get. Yeah, Elijah brings up a good point. Try to get a quick route, go out of bounds, and set up a field goal. Maybe take yourselves into half up 9-0 and getting the ball after half. So Arrowhead finding themselves in not a bad position right now. Just can't make a mistake before half. You're kind of looking at the total yards between both these teams. Arrowhead at 114, Bayport at 107. Arrowhead kind of even between the passing and rushing. 58 passing, 56 rushing. It's been 8 first downs so far for Arrowhead today. Arrowhead 4 for 6 third down. That's been a story too. They've been able to convert really well on third downs today. So Arrowhead will come back out from the huddle with head coach Matt Harris. 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. Arrowhead will have the ball on the Bayport 31-yard line. 3 wide receivers bunched up on the left, all together, 1 on the right. Hansen has a running back in the backfield. Hansen will be throwing here. Hansen gets a snap, rolls back, looking. He's going to the left, incomplete, nobody open. 5 seconds on the clock, 4 actually. So 2nd and 10 coming up, and we'll see what they do. They attempted a 50-yard field goal earlier, and it fell short of the goal post. Yeah, and he missed the extra point last possession, so interesting to see what they go with here. Now, I see a bunch of substitutions coming out, so something tells me they are going to be, they're going to attempt this again. It's going to be a 48-yarder, so it's going to be 2 yards shorter than the one he missed earlier. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if Cam DeBoer can make this a 48-yarder. 4 seconds before the half remaining here. Short last time. Oh, we got some movement. And the flag's going to be blown dead on the play, and he kicks it afterwards, and it bounces in, but it won't count. They'll have to redo it no matter what. So who will it be on? It's going to be a false start on, oh, no, it's going to be offsides on Bayport, so it's going to move him 5 yards closer. That'll help because he just barely got that one over. Yeah. And keep in mind, Arrowhead has a coach on their team who's the leader of the Coles kicking program, where all the good kickers go. So they have developed good kickers in the past over at Arrowhead High School. Yep, so 6-0. So it'll be a 43-yard attempt now for Cam DeBoer. 3 seconds remaining before half here. Snap, hold, and it's blocked! And who's going to pick it up? Bayport's going to pick it up on the left side and be taken down right away. We'll head into the half. Bayport comes up with a huge special teams play. We head to the half, ladies and gentlemen. The Grassland Butter halftime will come up after this. 6-0 lead for Arrowhead heading into the half here on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Need a little therapy? Bill's Service Center has been saving marriages and families since 1977. Forget testing your nerves. Test your next ride in a Polaris or Can-Am side-by-side or ATV. With nearly 100 units in stock, you'll find the perfect excuse to escape together. Because families that ride together, they actually have fun together. Bill's Service Center. Service is our name, tools and toys are our game.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Help us create iron castings the world uses and trusts. At Wapaka Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at Wapaka Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Comets!
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, here at Camp Reynolds Stadium. Matt Peck, Elijah Banks-Law doing the production. Today's halftime report is brought to you by Grassland Butter. Exciting and reward career opportunities now at grassland.com. Interesting first half. 6-0 Arrowhead up at half. Arrowhead has had opportunity for more points. 2 field goals missed. 1 from 50 and 1 from 43. Also an extra point missed, so it could theoretically be 13-0 at halftime right now. So Bayport probably likes where they're sitting instead of a 13-0 game. 6-0 lead for Arrowhead. Look at the stats here at halftime. By the way, Bayport came away with a huge special teams block right before the half. Matt Stevens, the Bayport passer, 5 for 7 today with 59 yards passing. 1 interception thrown. Completion percentage is at 71%. Brady Moon leads the way for Bayport right now, 33 rushing yards. Nolan Hansen, on the other hand, for Arrowhead, 58 passing yards. 1 touchdown throw pass, and that was to who else than Harper Hughes. Harper Hughes has been all over the place tonight with Hansen. Deep connection. Harper Hughes, the leading receiver, by the way, with 53-yard reception. On the Arrowhead rushing side of things, they've used 4 running backs tonight. Craig, Nettle, Signer, and Hansen technically was on a carry, but Signer is their main running back, but he was not listed on the depth chart tonight. Not even as a backup, but yeah, he's gotten some touches tonight. We just assume he was hurt because we didn't see him out there on the depth chart, but he's been in the game a couple times for Arrowhead. So kind of an interesting situation there. Looking at the rest of the tournament. Tournament started yesterday at 10 a.m. and lots of thrilling games, including earlier today. we'll kind of take you through what we've been through the last couple days. We were here starting mid D5 yesterday, but yesterday was Kenosha St. Joseph over Cochrane Fountain City, 35-19 in Division 7. Division 6, it was Darlington over Edgar, 42-18. Division 5, it was Mayville over Northwestern, 42-32. Division 4 last night, that was a thriller. Winneconne rallied to beat Little Chute, 28-22. This morning, Grafton and Reedsburg, it was a close one as well. That score for some reason didn't pop up. Oh, here we go. Grafton defeated Reedsburg 17-15. I was on the call for that one. Elijah had a good game too. West Appear and Notre Dame 28-14. And we thought that game was going to be 56-56 by the end. There's so much scoring in the first half, and there was only 7 points scored in the second half. So it really turned into a defensive game in the second half of the last game. And then obviously right now in this game, it's 6-0 Arrowhead in the lead. Arrowhead looking, obviously they were here a lot last decade. Before Matt Harris era. Matt Harris era started, I believe, in 2020. Let's talk about both coaches once. Matt Harris, a UW-Milwaukee graduate of 2007. Coming into this game, he's 68-57, 12 years as a coach. School record, he is 49-18 at Arrowhead, 6 years been the coach, so probably 2019 actually he's been there since. Steve Jorgensen on the other end, a UW-Oshkosh grad, 2016. Career record is 40-8 in 15 years. 22-4 at Bayport for the last 2 years. See, I read that right. It says he's been 15 years. It just seems like a lot. It's probably a misprint there. But the other end, yeah, we were kind of like what we talked about before the game. We said Bayport I'm going to expect a lot of running out of, but Bayport, honestly, has more passing yards right now, so that's a surprise to me. Arrowhead, on the other hand, is just as even as Bayport. They're really even on both ends, Bayport and Arrowhead. Yeah, Elijah just brought up a good point. We haven't talked about Brady Moon a lot tonight, like we did. Well, I wasn't calling the game last year, but I was sitting up here during the D1 state championship against Muskego last year, and Brady Moon's name was almost mentioned on every play, because he was just running all over the place. This year, he just hasn't been as much of a factor. And it kind of tells me why Bayport is where they are right now. It's because of maybe he's not sinking in. But keep in mind, we have a whole other half of football coming up here. This final score could look a lot different by the time we're sitting here with zeros on the clock after the fourth quarter. Or maybe even extra time. Who knows what will happen. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's the halftime report sponsored by Grassland Butter. We're going to head another break here. And we'll bring our upcoming schedule next year at halftime on Zaleski Sports. More coverage coming your way after this on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here? We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here on Zaleski Sports here at halftime. Matt Peck here, Elijah Vanksalato doing the production. Every day. Always here. Always the same two here from the Milwaukee area. Been quite a state tournament being able to cover here. Mike Wendland and, Steve Maves on the field. I don't know how I almost butchered that. But Jason Zaleski, Trevor, Tom were all over here yesterday. Earlier in the day. It's kind of like we relieved them. We came, everybody else left. And then Mike and Steve have been here the whole time. 10 a.m. yesterday. It's 5:30 right now exactly, and they're still here. So, but they'll be done here soon too. So Bayport setting to come back out here. Arrowhead, a couple players out as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about our upcoming schedule here. Basketball season begins on Zaleski Sports Milwaukee. Yes, there are Zaleski Sports. Yes, there's actually a crew in Milwaukee that does basketball games, if you didn't know that. We're basically the only crew in Milwaukee that does basketball. So we're at Racine Case next Saturday for the Case Thanksgiving Showcase. Well, I should say holiday showcase because they have it 2 weekends now. But we'll be there only one weekend. It'll be Racine Park versus Oak Creek on Saturday next week, and then it'll be Franklin versus Racine Lutheran after. That's the first 2 games of our season next week. And then after that, a lot of games are still TBD, but I think there's possibly an Arrowhead Catholic Memorial girls basketball, boys basketball doubleheader in early December as well planned. That'll obviously be a Catholic Memorial. WBY is at the end of the month with Mark Miller, the Rick Bajera. So December's a busy month, and then January we had the Fiserv event again. So we got a lot going on. Okay, so December 2nd, Elijah tells me there possibly might be a Wauwatosa West versus Waterford game on the network for us. So we're kind of all over the place. So we'll be in the Southern Lakes, Greater Metro, Classic 8, Southeast, North Shore, yeah, you name it. Metro Classic, that's a really good basketball sport. Really good conference for basketball. And maybe Milwaukee City. Crossover game. Yeah, Dooney Johnson, technically the #1 player in the state from the Milwaukee area. He's the #1 player overall in the state, but coming from Milwaukee, Juno. It'll be interesting to see how he does in his senior year this year. Is he a senior this year? Yeah. I figured he was, but I wasn't sure. He's a Gonzaga commit. Didn't expect. Well, overall, it's not a bad program. You hear their name quite a bit in March Madness. But anyways, here, kind of going to wrap up our halftime coverage here. There's about 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here before we begin the second half. We're going to take one more break here on Zaleski Sports. Matt Peck will come back here with the second half with Elijah Vanksalato after this on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vincelata here, set to begin the second half. Bayport kicking off here on the field. Arrowhead will be receiving a 6-0 lead for the Warhawks here at half. As we begin the third quarter here after a nice long halftime break. So what will happen here the final after the next 24 minutes, we'll see. Will Bayport be going back-to-back, or will Arrowhead take home their first championship in, I think it's 11 years. Last time they were here, I think they beat Franklin in 2015 or 2014, right around there. It was Kimberly, Bayport, and Franklin. No, not Kimberly. That was not Bayport. Kimberly, Arrowhead, and Franklin kind of taking turns at coming to state back then. But Kimberly obviously went on that big run, 71-game winning streak. So they obviously didn't lose a couple years in a row. But I think about it. How many years in a row was that they must have won? Was it 70? I feel like that was a lot. Maybe it was in the 50s. For winning streak. I can't remember. Oh, my phone's charging. Somebody's watching in the comments. They might be able to tell me. So, Arrowhead will receive after the half here. 6-0 game. Arrowhead up here, kind of in a shocker. I mean, many people thought that Bayport would be, you know, because of it, like, I know I mentioned this 2 or 3 times, like, people were kind of concerned about Arrowhead barely getting through some of those games. And Bayport, with the impressive wins over Franklin, Appleton North, Muskego last week, especially that close game, but, you know, just the way they beat 42-13. It's going to be an onside to start the half, and Arrowhead comes away with it. So Arrowhead did not get fooled by it. That was quite a play call from Steve Jorgensen, but it's a smart one, too, because they might have caught him off guard. Some teams would have been like, hey, look at Dan Lanning a couple weeks ago against the Badgers. It worked perfectly. Yeah, so, I mean, smart play by Steve Jorgensen. You never know, catch Arrowhead off guard, but Arrowhead was ready for it. And the guy is kind of right in the right spot. So Arrowhead will take over actually at the 50-yard line. That's the problem when you do an onside. You give them good field position. So Arrowhead will start out with one wide receiver set up on each side. Snap here to the running back on the left side. And taken down. That's Devin Nettles on the carry.
Devin Nettles, the ball carrier. Brought down by Brock Gauthier.
Brock Gauthier on the tackle for Bayport. So it'll be a gain of 6 for Nettles. and they're officially into Bayport territory as well. So 2nd and 4 now, 1 wide receiver on the left, 1 wide receiver on the right. Snap to Hansen. Hands off to Nettles again up the middle. Going to gain maybe 1 or 2. He had more, but he was brought back a little bit, so it's going to set up 3rd down for Arrowhead on offense. And Bayport could really use a stop here on defense. Arrowhead is 4 for 6 today on 3rd downs. Pretty good overall. And Bayport would like to put them at 4 for 7, but if it stays 4th and 2 possibly, they could go for it, considering they are in Bayport territory. It's from Bayport's 42-yard line now, 3rd and 2. Arrowhead approaches the line of scrimmage here. 1 wide receiver on each side. Hansen in the pistol. On 3rd and 2. Hansen gets the snap. He'll hand it off on the right side. He's going to be met, taken down. Huge stop from Bayport. And that time it was Craig on the carry for Arrowhead. So what will Matt Harris do now? It'll be loss of 1. So 4th and 3. He's going to, that's a smart idea. Flip the field. Because say you turn it over on downs and you're giving Bayport pretty good field position. And Bayport's one of those teams, once they get themselves scoring going, it's going to be hard to stop them. So Arrowhead's brought them in the 2nd half. They'd like to keep them that way. And Bayport has nobody back to receive this punt. And Wozniak will punt it away. Here's a snap. He'll punt it away. And Arrowhead will send a couple guys down there and hope that it will not fall in the end zone. It'll be down at the 7.5, 8 yard line. So now Bayport's offense will come on with a long field to go. They got to go 93 yards. Are we going TV timeout? Yep, we are. So we're going to head to a break here on Zaleski Sports. 6-0 Arrowhead lead. We'll be back here in a couple moments with more football here from Camp Randall Stadium.
Need a little therapy? Bill's Service Center has been saving marriages and families since 1977. Forget testing your nerves. Test your next ride in a Polaris or Can-Am side-by-side or ATV. With nearly 100 units in stock, you'll find the perfect excuse to escape together. Because families that ride together, they actually have fun together. Bill's Service Center. Service is our name, tools and toys are our game.
Save now on what you need for all your projects. Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Update your bathroom and save 11% on a Dakota vanity. Transform your home with an 11% rebate on new Mastercraft doors. Organize your space and save 11% on a Clearview closet. Or go even bigger and get an 11% rebate on a whole house. Hurry in now to save big. Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vincelata here from Camp Randall Stadium. 6-0 lead for Arrowhead. 9:40 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Be Bayport football from their own 7-yard line. They got to go 93 yards to try to score and take the lead. Obviously, still so much time left in this game. But Bayport like to get themselves on the board with something here. I don't remember if I have any notes on this, but they've been shut out at all in the first half this season. The only game that could have been potentially shut out in the first half was maybe the Kimberly game because they only scored 7 points, but I can't remember when they scored the 7 points in that game. West Appear, I don't think they were shut out in the first half. They 48-45 final score. They were up quite a bit with 3 or 4 minutes left in that game, and West Appear came back and won. That was the game of the year, I think, in the state so far in terms of games. There'd be a lot of them put up. I think that Bayport-West Appear game was probably the game of the year. So both teams still in their huddle on the sidelines. So today, looking at the stat line for Arrowhead, Jabari Craig is the leading rusher for Arrowhead. 51 yards. Jacob Siner's only seen 3 attempts today, 4 yards. But according to the depth chart, he wasn't supposed to see any attempts because he was not starter or a backup. So I was surprised to see him actually in the game. I thought maybe he was hurt. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Bayport on their own 7-yard line. Stevens gets the snap, looks back to pass, throw to the left side. It's complete on the sideline. Goes out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. That catch is complete to number 11, Ethan Orlando, the leading wide receiver today for Bayport.
1st and 10 for Bayport.
So they get the first down on that play and get all the way to the 23-yard line. A good chunk of yards for this Pirates offense. So one wide receiver set up on the right. Moon in the backfield behind Stevens. Oh, the ball's out. Moon fumbles the ball. Let's see who's got it. I think Bayport fell back on it. Oh, wait a minute. And Arrowhead got the ball. Brady Moon fumbles the ball, and Arrowhead comes up with it. At first, it looked like Bayport might have caught it, but as the pile kind of got disintegrated, it looked like more that Arrowhead had the ball. So Arrowhead comes away with it. Huge. Moon, it was kind of fumbled on the snap when you look back. Moon never really had control of the ball. It was kind of like a botched handoff there. So number 54 for Arrowhead. Tristan Seidel comes away with the fumble on the bottom of the pile. So Arrowhead will take over back on offense on Bayport's 23-yard line. 2 wide receivers on the left, 2 on the right.
1st and 10 at the 23.
Hansen gets a snap, rolls back. Rolls to the left now, pressure coming on Hansen. Hansen now rolls to the right. He's going to keep it himself across the 20, down to the 15-yard line. And Hansen needs help getting up, but gets up just fine. So it'll be 8-yard rush for Hansen. And Hansen overall tonight has been at -5 rushing yards. Up until now, he'll be at 3 rushing yards now in the night after he took a sack in the first quarter. He hasn't took off running much tonight. That's the first time in 2 quarters that he's took off running. So 2 wide receivers on the right, 2 on the left for Arrowhead coming up now. 2nd and 2 from Bayport's 15. Hansen gets a snap. Handoff on the right side, and it's going to... Oh, the ball came out of the bottom of the pile. And Bayport got to right it back. You got to be kidding me. Bayport gets it right back.
And Bayport will take over on its own 14-yard line.
So Bayport erases their fumble from earlier on offense, and they're right back on offense just a couple plays later. So kind of the trade of the turnover battle here between these two teams. And now Bayport will come right back out. 8:31 remaining here in this third quarter. 1st and 10 now for this Bayport offense. Stevens in the pistol. Moon on his left, on his right. Now Moon moves outside. Now an empty backfield for Stevens. Stevens gets a snap in the empty backfield. Rolls to the right. Looking for somebody open. Off to the right side. Incomplete. Thrown a little bit short. So they'll come up 2nd down and 10 now for this Bayport offense.
Second and 10 at the 14.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line for Bayport. So only 1 wide receiver out for Bayport. He's on the left side. Moon next to Stevens in the backfield. Stevens gets a snap. Going to keep it himself. Roll to the right. Got positive yardage. Got a 1st down across. Out of bounds at about the 30-31-yard line. 1st down, Bayport. A 17-yard run for Stevens.
Takes it to the 31-yard line, a gain of 17. 1st and 10, Bayport.
So now Bayport breaks the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage from their own 31-yard line. 7:55 remaining here in the third quarter. Bayport still trailing 6-0. This game surprised by probably many people that they're got no points on the board yet here in the second half. Stevens will fake the handoff and keep it himself up the middle to the 35-yard line. He'll gain 4 yards. 3rd and 6 coming up right after this.
Gain of 4 to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Well, 2nd and 6 now. I think I said 3rd and 6. So 2nd and 6 now for Arrowhead. I mean for Bayport from their own Bayport's own 35-yard line. One wide receiver on the right. Now 2 guys move outside for Bayport. Moon still in the backfield with Stevens. Stevens gets a snap, keeps himself. He looks like he's going to keep himself on the right side. Keeps on pushing across the first down marker, down to the 45-yard line. And a first down once again for Bayport. Now Bayport maybe kind of getting the groove that they wanted to be in. Like Elijah just said, the struggle for Bayport has been they just haven't been able to finish their drive. Yep, and turnovers often cost games. So now 1st and 10 for Bayport. 1 wide receiver slot on each side. Nobody in the backfield. Now Moon will motion over. It'll be a toss to Moon on the left side. Moon going to be taken down right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe 1. I think he's got no gain on the play.
Jacob Downing on the stop. No gain on the play.
So it'll be no gain, so 2nd and 9 coming up here.
45 and 2nd down and 10 for Bayport.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 technically, but it says 9 in the stadium. So quite a bit. So no gain on the play. So Bayport still on their own side of the field on the 45-yard line. Still got over half the field to go to get themselves possibly in the lead here. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Stevens gets Moon to motion over. Stevens fakes the handoff to Moon, and he's going to be taken down on the sack. Kind of like blew through that offensive line was the Arrowhead defenders. Nick Foley, one of the players sacked on the play, and number 52 as well, coming on the sack, Zach Lavoie. So 3rd and 15 now for this Bayport offense, something they absolutely could not have happened there. It was kind of a blown play on the offensive line. They kind of came right after Stevens right away. So 2 wide receivers on the left, nobody on the left, on the right now. Stevens rolls. Pass is complete inside. Got some room ahead. Close to the first down. Wow, he got almost 14 yards back there.
Down by Brendan Foley. 13-yard pickup to the Arrowhead 47.
Tackled by Brendan Foley, and that was tackled by number 14. Brady Suda on the reception that time. So it'll be 4th and 2, and now Bayport's definitely going for it. Nice pickup of yardage there for the Bayport offense. So 4th and 2 now from the Arrowhead 47-yard line for Bayport. Bayport has nobody outside. They're definitely going to run all day on this one. Stevens in the shotgun, though. Handoff to Moon. Moon up the middle. First down, Bayport. There's no, not an injured Warhawk. I thought there was for a moment. See, sometimes I just don't like when these teams like go shotgun and 4th down like short because you're kind of creating extra time, but Bayport no problem. 1st and 10 now from Arrowhead's 44 for Bayport. 1 wide receiver outside on the left. Moon in the backfield behind Stevens. Stevens gets the snap. Hands it off to Moon. Moon cutting to the left. Taken down. We'll get out 5. 5 or 6. So 2nd and 5 coming up now. About 3:50 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Points have been hard to come by today, but like I talked about at halftime, Arrowhead could be at 13 points right now. 2 missed field goals and a missed extra point. Yeah. So 6-0 is the score right now. 2nd and 5 for the Bayport offense here. Stevens gets a snap, keeps himself up the middle, keeps on going, got the first down to about the 32-yard line, and Bayport's really moving that ball slowly, kind of getting in the groove here like I talked about a couple minutes ago. And now trending towards the red zone of Arrowhead. You're wondering who because both teams turned the ball over on the other side of the field. You're wondering who the turnover is going to affect more. For a while, you're thinking it's going to affect Bayport more now. I think it's going to affect the way it's trending Arrowhead more possibly if Bayport can punch this in. They're still 33 yards out. 1 wide receiver set up each side for Bayport on the outside. Handoff now to Moon on the right side. Moon cuts. And taken down across to about the 24, 23-yard line. Short of the first down. I think or else he might have just got there. It looks like to be just like about a yard short. So 2nd and 2 coming up.
2nd down and 2.
So 2nd and 2 coming up here for the Pirates. One wide receiver slotted each side. Stevens, nobody in the backfield. Now he brings Moon in. He's going to keep it himself. Fake handoff to Moon. Stevens cutting out to the right side. Into the 10-yard line. And Bayport really in progress now. First down for Matt Stevens to the 10-yard line.
At the 10-yard line, a 15-yard gain. First and goal, Bayport.
So 1st and goal now for Bayport. And now that extra point could really be being looked at for Arrowhead if they get in and make the extra point. So Bayport, one wide receiver on each side once again. Stevens, nobody in the backfield. Motion comes over for Moon. Stevens keeps himself again, breaks off a tackle down to the 5-yard line.
Stevens on the keeper, brought down by Brendan Foley.
So 2nd and goal now from the 5-yard line for the Pirates.
2nd down and goal at the 5.
Clock rolls under 2 minutes remaining here in this 3rd quarter here from Camp Randall in the WIAA Division I state championship game between Arrowhead and Bayport. Arrowhead still with the 6-0 lead. Bayport in the hot zone, though, the danger zone. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line of Arrowhead. Stevens, one wide receiver slotted out each side, hands it off. No, Stevens keeps himself up the middle. He dives in for the touchdown. Matt Stevens, 5-yard rushing touchdown, and Bayport has tied it here in the 3rd quarter. And now the extra point. Bayport an extra point away from going up here. See, Arrowhead kind of got tricked when you look at the replay. They thought Moon kept it, and Stevens actually kept it. And that's kind of what they've been using all day. Stevens and Moon. Stevens been using that kind of that play action fake. The extra point is up, and it's good. And Bayport in the 7-6. We're gonna head to break. Bayport. We'll be back with more state championship football after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Help us create iron castings the world uses and trusts. At Wapaka Foundry, you're not just making parts. It's the pride in what you do, the quality of people beside you, and the career you create. What we make matters. Who makes them matters more. Join us. Cast your future at Wapaka Foundry. Visit jobs.wapakafoundry.com. Go Comets!
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Back here on Zaleski Sports. Matt Peck, Elijah Vangsalata here. Late 3rd quarter, 1:33 remaining. Bayport gets in. Rushing touchdown from Matt Stevens, 5 yards, right up the middle. And just like that, Bayport in the lead now. They needed that touchdown. I know it's one thing with Bayport, when they score, becomes contagious with them. So this could be maybe the point where Bayport kind of gets things going here, where they have been all playoffs. Let's run down where Bayport came from again. FRCC. 6-1 on the season, 11-2. Obviously, Division I state champs a year ago, and last year was surprising. Nobody picked them to win at the beginning of the year, and they ended up going on to win the whole thing. This year to get here, they took down Appleton North 41-6, Milwaukee Reagan 49-8, Franklin 42-13, and Muskego last week 38-35. So Bayport now 7-6 lead. And we'll see what Arrowhead can do now on offense here, as there's going to be kind of more pressure than there was before, considering down by 1 point. And now that extra point miss for Arrowhead. is a lot bigger now. Earlier it was 6-0. You're thinking, well, Bayport's going to score first, but now Bayport has scored. So, interesting to see what happens here. The kick is away. Oh, it's going to be another onside. And Arrowhead comes away with it. Kind of doesn't, and there was a fair catch on the onside. So kind of didn't fool him that time. Steve Jorgensen, you know, he's a young guy, but he's a very smart coach. Seen a lot of things that he's done this year. I'm thinking to myself, that takes a lot to think of. Like maybe he can tell, like when these teams are like getting down and maybe their heads coming out of the game, he's like, well, we should just try to pull an onside kick on them. Because Arrowhead just gave up the touchdown, so they're thinking, well, Bayport went on. Yeah. So Arrowhead will come on the field now. Pretty much everybody outside. Two wide receivers on the left, one on the right. Hansen gets the snap. Throws to the right side. It is complete. First down, Arrowhead. And that's Ryan Heeman. Huge first down for Arrowhead. And that gets Arrowhead already in Bayport territory after the onside kick attempt from Bayport. So one wide receiver on each side. Now second guy moves over to Arrowhead's left side. 2 men in the backfield next to Hansen. First 10 from Bayport's 38-yard line for Arrowhead. Arrowhead gets the snap. Handoff up the middle. And that's going to be Devin Nettles on the carry. He gets a pretty good amount of yards, I would say 6 to 7 yards. No, it's actually going to be 8.
8-yard pickup. It's second down and 2.
It'll be second down and 2 coming up. So 30 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Time is winding down here in this third quarter. We still got a whole nother quarter to go, though. So nobody can say anything about this being over yet. Second down and 2 for Arrowhead. Snap to Hansen. He rolls back. Looks to the right side. Pass is incomplete, out of bounds.
Hansen's pass incomplete. Intended for Harper Hughes.
That was intended to the leading receiver, Harper Hughes.
So 3rd and 2 at the 30.
So 3rd and 2 coming up for for Arrowhead at the 30. Arrowhead today on third down, 4 for 7 on third down so far today. Arrowhead breaks the huddle here. 3rd down and 2. A huge third down coming up here. Probably, unless they pass here, probably the last play of the quarter. Nobody's outside for Arrowhead. Everybody bunched in. 3rd and 2. It's going to be a run. It looks like the double wing offense here actually for Arrowhead. And they pitch it on the backside, and it's probably going to be a false start. Somebody must have moved early in the line for Arrowhead. Yep, false start on Arrowhead. So it'll be 3rd and 7 now instead. You won't see that same lineup now with 3rd and 7. That's a killer penalty for Arrowhead. Yeah, as you see, number 90, I think, for Arrowhead moved a little bit early. Jacob Downing, the defensive end, on the offensive scramble there. He moved a little bit ahead of schedule there. But Arrowhead would have had that first down, just looking at the play, had there been no false start. So there'll be 2 wide receivers on the left. They'll move people back outside now. 1 on the right. They resetted the game clock to 17 seconds. So 2 wide receivers on the left, 2 on the right now. Hansen getting ready for the snap here from Bayport's 35-yard line for Arrowhead. Hansen gets the snap, rolls back. Trying to evade pressure, rolls to the right now. Looking for somebody open. He's going to be taken down. Hansen couldn't find anybody open. Held on to the ball probably just a little bit too long. And now 4th down coming up, and that'll run out the quarter. So 1 quarter left in the high school football season in Wisconsin. Division I state championship game. Bayport with the 7-6 lead here. We head to the 4th quarter here. It'll be 4th down. Arrowhead coming up out of the break after this on Zaleski Sports.
Wait, did you...
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane,
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, beginning the fourth quarter, Bayport 7-6 lead. Coming out of the timeout here, the TV timeout will be 4th and 8 for Arrowhead on Bayport's 36-yard line. And me and Elijah were talking during the break. Keep in mind, Arrowhead might be skeptical of kicking a field goal here. They've missed 2 today already and missed an extra point. So far it's been 0 for 3 on kicking. So that's the point you got to look at and say, hey, that kind of might motivate him to go for it. But it's in my opinion, it's a little too close to punt. That's why I think they might end up going for this. But I could be wrong. What might happen here is teams are still in their timeouts here. Yeah, we were talking about this during the break. It's going to be a really interesting call from Matt Harris to see what they do. I wouldn't mind seeing here a trickery. Maybe try like a flea flicker or something because, something that Bayport would not be expecting. Because maybe you can get a guy open and score and get momentum back on you. It's about getting momentum right now because you're in the final quarter of the game. You still got, obviously, 12 minutes, a lot of time left here. But it's about getting as much momentum as you can get. So 2 wide receivers now on the left. Oh. So Arrowhead's going to go for it here now. 2 wide receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Hanson, 1 guy in the backfield next to him. Hanson gets the snap, rolls back, looking to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, right off the hands. And a deflection that time right. And that was Mikey Jones on the deflection for Bayport. A huge deflection, and now it'll be Bayport football once again. You see, kind of thrown over the middle. It's kind of softly thrown. They had a man, but Mikey Jones came through with the huge deflection with his right hand and knocks it down. So Bayport will take over on their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Keep in mind, a Bayport touchdown, even if they get a touchdown this drive, does not end the game. They'd have to go. And Matt Stevens on the first play will hand it off up the middle. Brady Moon on the play. He'll get to the 40-yard line. We talked about the student section size. Bayport brought a pretty good crowd in Arrowhead. You just look down, there's just a sea of red. But like we talked about, Arrowhead, school enrollment's only at 1,900 now. It actually used to be over 2,000. 2nd and 6 now for Bayport. And Stevens keeps himself on the fake handoff. The ball comes out, and I think Arrowhead has it. Stevens lost it as he was running. And it's Arrowhead football. It's the 4th turnover for Bayport. It's just amazing to me that, see, what happened here was Matt Stevens faked the handoff, and he just, as he went up, he just got hit right in the arm, and the ball came out, and there were just a bunch of Warhawks ready. The ball kind of like just came off the arm angle. So now Arrowhead right back on offense, man. Last time this happened, Arrowhead fumbled it right back. Oh, yeah, it was a fumble right back. So they got good field position. They'll be on Bayport's 44-yard line. 1st and 10, 11-16 remaining in this game. 1 wide receiver, 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Hanson has 1 man in the backfield. Hanson gets the snap, hands it off on the right side, and he's going to be taken down. Well read that time. Jabari Craig really did not go anywhere that time. He might have even lost a yard. Yes, he loses 1 yard.
At the Bayport 45, loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 now, under 11 minutes remaining here in this game. It'll be from the 45-yard line of Bayport. Arrowhead on offense here. One wide receiver slotted each side out for Arrowhead right now. Hansen waiting the snap, gets the snap, looking to pass. Looking at left side. Pass over the left side is complete to the 32-yard line. Harper Hughes coming up big once again. And that gets him to the 32-yard line and a first down for the Warhawks.
First and 10, Arrowhead at the 32-yard line.
So Arrowhead quickly no huddle like they've been doing all night. 3 wide receivers on the right. Nobody on the left side this time for Arrowhead. First and 10. Hansen gets the snap. A handoff now to the left side. And that time it's Devin Nettles on the carry. He's going to get a couple. It's going to be 2nd and 3, so gain of 7 for Nettles that time.
To the 25-yard line, 7-yard gain.
That's a 7-yard gain for Nettles and down to the 25-yard line of Bayport for Arrowhead. So Arrowhead kind of like trying to get themselves where they were last time, but they're even closer than they were last time now. Now Hansen, 2 men in the backfield, Nettles and Craig. 2 men outside on the right, 2 men on the left. 2nd and 3 for this Arrowhead offense. Hansen rolls back to pass. Looking to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete off the hands. Deflected that time by number 4. Cole Ketterhagen. Nope. Yeah, Cole Ketterhagen. That was intended for Ryan Heeman. So that was actually broken up by Mikey Jones. But to the wrong. Cole Ketterhagen plays for Arrowhead. I was looking at the wrong side there. So Mikey Jones with the deflection there. So 3rd and 3 now for this Arrowhead offense. Arrowhead, nobody outside. They're pushing everybody in, kind of like they did last time on 3rd down, and it didn't. And they had a false start last time they did this motion. Handoff this time on the left side. First down, Arrowhead. Just gets the first down too as well. That time it was Devin Nettles.
Devin Nettles, the ball carrier. Picks up 4. That's enough for a first
So 4 yards on the play, picked up under 10 minutes remaining, about 9.5 minutes remaining here to the 21-yard line of Bayport for Arrowhead.
21 for Arrowhead.
And right now, Craig is the leading rusher for Arrowhead. Hansen so far 7 for 13 today on passing, 88 yards on the passing side of things. 1 wide receiver slot on each side for Arrowhead. Craig in the backfield next to Hansen. Hansen gets the snap here. Hand off to Craig. Craig on the right side. Maybe a gain of a yard or 2. And the play's still going, actually. And he's going to be maybe a gain of 1 or 2. But it's going to be 3rd down coming up now in about 8 or 9. So 3rd down and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8. Boy, they really get they do the scoreboard fast here. So 2nd and 8, my correction. So 2 wide receivers on the left now. 1 on the right for Arrowhead. Hansen sets up now. I believe this time Nettles is in the backfield. Hansen hands it off this time on the left side. Of cutting through the right side, still on his feet, first down Arrowhead. That's actually Craig. Jabari Craig that time. And it's 1st and goal Arrowhead. Now they're in the position they need in the 9 yards to get in the end zone here. And we know what Arrowhead's doing if they get in the end zone. Going for 2. So under 8 minutes remaining now, Arrowhead's got 4 chances to get in. I don't see them going for a field goal if they don't get in here. I don't think so. Just the way things have been trending. 1 wide receiver slotting on each side. Hansen waiting to snap here. Craig. That's not, yep. In the backfield, Nettles on the carry this time. Up the middle, he's in! Touchdown, Arrowhead! 9-yard rushing touchdown, Devin Nettles, and Arrowhead now in the lead. So 12-7 lead now for Arrowhead. And you think the 2-point formation is coming out for Arrowhead here. Arrowhead back in the lead, exactly what they needed. But I would definitely not rule Bayport out yet. 7.5 minutes remaining. They kind of got themselves in the groove on offensively last time. So Arrowhead sets up with nobody outside for the 2-point conversion. They're going to do that double wing formation, it looks like, copying their friends from Muskego. A toss outside, and he's going nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2, but he's not getting in the end zone. That's all that matters there. And Bayport gets a stop on a 2-point conversion. The 2-point conversion is failed by Arrowhead. But we'll head to commercial break here. Arrowhead gets on the board with a touchdown via Devin Nettles. 12-7 lead for Arrowhead. More football after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, MedPac Elijah Vanksalata here from Camp Randall Stadium. Final 7:35 of the season, provided we don't need extra time. 12-7 lead for Arrowhead. I was just knocking on the wood now. 7 points came from Bayport last possession. They had the ball. Arrowhead just scored now. Failed the 2-point conversion. We'll see how that'll end up shaking out here as Bayport will get the ball back here now. 7:35 remaining, plenty of time here. That's for sure. So Cam DeBoer set to kick this ball off here.
Evan Wozniak to kick off. Trying to make a move or deep with Bayport.
Moon, one of the players deep for Bayport. Kick is away. Will be taken at about the 6-yard line across the 20 to the 15, cutting to the right to the 20 and out of bounds at about the 22, 23-yard line. And that's where Bayport will start out on offense.
Kept the bounce at the 23. Off the 24-yard line, and Bayport starts their first and 10.
So Bayport will bring out their offense here from their own 24-yard line. First and 10. Stevens sets up with one wide receiver on the right. Moon in the backfield behind him, nobody on the left. First and 10. Hands it off to Moon on the right side. Moon bouncing off a tackle, taken down at about the 27, 28-yard line. So a gain of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. Could have only been maybe a gain of 1 or 2, but Moon bounced off a tackle, but one more Warhawk was right behind him to catch him. So
4-yard gain, second down, and 6.
Yeah, that's what I like. I wish every field was like Camp Randall. Downs really fast. Updating. So 2nd and 6 coming up now for this Bayport offense. One wide receiver on the left, one on the right. Nobody in the backfield with Stevens. Now Moon comes in motions. Fake handoff to Moon. Stevens keeps it himself. And he'll be down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up for this Bayport offense. And probably a much-needed 3rd down conversion. Bayport today is 2 for 6 on 3rd down conversions. Bayport dominating the total yards today, 224 to 198 currently in this game. So 3rd and 3, the Warhawk fans, you can hear them getting loud below us, kind of where our mic is right now. Moon outside on the left this time. Nobody next to Stevens in the backfield. Moon comes in now. I see a fake, and it's going to be blown dead. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a false start. Yep, it's going to be a false start against the Pirates. So it'll be 3rd and 8 now for this Bayport offense. Bayport subs in a couple more players here from the sideline. This is essentially now even a bigger 3rd down. It's from 3rd and 3 now to 3rd and 8. Now I'm kind of expecting a pass out of Bayport. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Moon still next to Stevens in the backfield. Stevens gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Looking around, rolls to the right, avoids a sack, across the 30. 1st down to the 39-yard line. What a play from Matt Stevens with ice in his veins to be able to roll out. He wasn't quite close to getting sacked, but he had an Arrowhead guy behind him chasing him, that's for sure. So 1st and 10 now. Bayport from their own 37-yard line. Still quite a ways to go here. Bayport trails 12-7 here, 5:10 left in this game. 1 wide receiver set up each side for Bayport. Moon motions in now. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that fake play. Yep, Stevens keeps it himself, goes up the middle. Well read that time by a handful of Warhawks. Brendan Foley is the main guy that stood him on the line that time for Arrowhead.
To the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 9.
So it'll be 1-yard gain from Stevens on the play. Stevens has, in terms of rushing, has kept it himself 19 times tonight. Moon 18 times. So Stevens has ran the ball more than Moon so far tonight. So I like the way they're splitting that offense up. Stevens rolls back to pass. Now looking up the middle. Will keep himself up the middle. Cuts outside of the right side. Spun down at the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd down coming up here for the Bayport offense.
Jacob Downey finished the tackle for Arrowhead. 3-yard pickup to the 41-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up now. And Bayport last time converted on 3rd down. They are 3 for 7 today on 3rd down, one of them being on this possession. We're officially under 4 minutes remaining in this game, ladies and gentlemen. 1 wide receiver on the left, 2 actually on the left now. Moon in the backfield behind Stevens. Stevens motions to the left. Getting close, got the 1st down and more into Arrowhead territory. And just like that, Bayport looking to make a statement here late in this one.
Stevens on the scramble. Evan Wozniak tripped him up.
So Wozniak, the one that took him down for the Arrowhead defense. But Stevens, another clutch up play here and gets the 1st down. So now about 3:20 remaining in this game. Bayport puts 1 wide receiver out on each side. Stevens, nobody in the backfield next to him. Motions Moon in again. Stevens will keep it himself again. Up the middle, down to the 40-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4 coming up, and we're sitting at about 3 minutes remaining here. So as the time keeps ticking and ticking more, you're thinking to yourself as Arrowhead, keep him out of the end zone. As the time keeps going down, the field goal's not an option.
Marked at the 41. Gain of 5 on the play.
Yep.
Down and 5.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 coming up. Bayport has the ball on the Arrowhead 41. Bayport has won games late this year, including last week. Stevens fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, pass to the left side. It's going to be caught at the 28-yard line. First down, Bayport. 13-yard pass.
Alex Hansen made the tackle. Down to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for Bayport.
So to the 29-yard line now, 1st and 10. We're rolling, about 2 minutes remaining in this game. Bayport basically needs now a touchdown or nothing. Bayport and Arrowhead just needs to keep them in the end zone now. 2 wide receivers on the left. Bayport won a game late last week, and they do it again. Handoff to Moon, this time up the middle. Cuts to the left a little bit, down to the 25-yard line.
Connor Tierney in on the scout. Pick up a 4. Actually pick up a 5.
And a timeout has not been called yet. We're down to a minute 40 remaining in this game. Ed Harris got the trust in his defense here. A turnover can essentially win this game for Arrowhead. 2 wide receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Stevens, nobody in the backfield, gets the snap, looking to pass. Stevens goes right to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Knocked down that time. Knocked down that time by number 23, Jack Borst, the defensive back.
Jack Borst had the coverage for Arrowhead. Brings up 3rd.
He doesn't knock that down. It doesn't play good defense. Bayport's in the lead. So now, 3rd and 5 coming up for this Bayport offense. 1:21 remaining in this game. Bayport has the ball in the Arrowhead 24. Stevens gets the snap, tosses outside to Moon. Moon to 30, 20, cuts outside to the 10. First down. Bayport inside the red zone now with 1:14 remaining. And like I just mentioned before, this is either Bayport gets in and wins this, or Arrowhead comes away with a big stop and wins their first state championship in over 10 plus years. So now a minute remaining in this game. 1st and 10 for Bayport from the 11-yard line. They could get another first down at the 1-yard line. 1 wide receiver set up each side. Stevens by himself in the backfield. Now Moon comes in, tosses it to Moon. Moon cuts through the left side, pushing in. He's in! Touchdown Bayport! With 6 seconds left, Bayport now in the lead. "11-yard rushing touchdown for Brady Moon." Yeah, they're going to go for 2, I assume. Yeah. And they're showing the replay here. I think he got the ball over before that knee was down. So yeah, that's going to stand for sure, a touchdown. And Bayport's going for 2 here. Obviously the best thing to do here, just in case Arrowhead would decide to move the ball. We saw Grafton move the ball pretty well in Reedsburg towards the end of that game as well earlier. Yeah, big 2-point conversion here. Stevens gets the pass, rolls to the right now. Going to find somebody open to the back of the end zone. 1 foot in, no problem. 2-point conversion succeeded. Ethan Orlando, and now 15-12, Bayport in the lead, and it's now up to Arrowhead to try to get themselves down to field goal territory in 46 seconds. Keep in mind they do have 3 timeouts. He gets 1 foot. He actually probably got 2 down there, so it would have even been a catch in the NFL. Stevens, what a pass on the run to find Orlando open in the back of the end zone. So 15-12 lead now for this Bayport team, and they are 46 seconds away from repeating in Division I. And last year this was a team nobody expected to win, and this year they were number 1 ranked in the preseason. Obviously winning the state championship, you get that honor, but people were wondering, is Bayport going to be as good as they were last year? they're right back here in Madison, and they're 46 seconds away from doing the same thing they just did last year on this very field. So it's going to be interesting to see how Arrowhead comes out here and adjusts with 46 seconds left. They have 3 timeouts, so they don't need to sit here and worry about throwing a pass over the middle or nothing. They just need to worry about getting in field goal territory. But the thing that concerns many people if they get in field goal territory is Cam DeBoer. 2 missed field goals today and a missed extra point. Yeah. I said this to Elijah too earlier, and he just brought it up again. It's a very good point. It's crazy, but yeah, I think so. And I want to thank all our sponsors today: Nasonville Dairy, Infinity Exteriors, Mutual of Wausau, Bound, Wisconsin, where we get all our stats from. All of us making this football broadcast possible in the playoffs. See, I told this Elijah, and you just brought up a good point too, what I said earlier. Like, a lot of times, like if a kicker's having a bad day, they might come through in the biggest moment. So if he needs to kick a field goal to tie this game, he might come through and do it. No, I would. Yes, that's a good point. Bayport has done the onside kick the last 2 times they've kicked the ball off. So if I'm Bayport, I do not do that here because you're just essentially giving Arrowhead good field position, and that would be with about 43 or 42 seconds. So this is going to be a very stressful 46 seconds for those fans in Swamico and Howard, and it's going to be a very stressful 46 seconds for those people in Heartland and Burton, Wisconsin, and parts of Delafield. So Waukesha County and Brown County are going to be stress level high right now for the next couple of minutes here. Beckett Corden set to kick it off for Bayport. He's done 2 onside kicks tonight, unsuccessful both times. Like Elijah said, I wouldn't do it here if I were him. You're giving Arrowhead good position. It doesn't look like he probably... Yeah, you let the ball go out of bounds if it goes there. And it's going to be a little bit of a squib. It's going to be, it's going to let it go over his head. It's going to be taken about the 25 through the 30. He's got room through the middle. Oh, my goodness, he might go all the way. 30, 20, 10. Kick return. Number 24, Ryan Heeman. On the squib. You do a squib to avoid that. He takes it all the way back. Waukesha County is going crazy. Right when I saw he had room, I thought to myself, Bayport's in huge trouble. Yeah, this kick matters here. Yes, it matters big time because if he does not get this, if he does not make this extra point, Bayport can come in tied. If he makes this, Bayport must go down and score a touchdown. But with the craziness that's happened already, it's going to be Cam DeBoer here for the extra point. And play's blown dead. That was a flag. It might be against Bayport. They're pointing Bayport's way. Matt Harris is declining it. Encroachment on Bayport. So it'll be redo. Can you believe what we just witnessed? And Steve Jorgensen is just heartbroken. I mean, I would be too. But it's still not over like we talked about. Look at Arrowhead might have thought the game was over too. Yeah. So now Cam DeBoer will kick the extra point here. The kick is up. It's blocked! 0 for 4 today. And so now Bayport really has a chance. They just need a field goal to come down and tie it. And Bayport, the way they moved the ball here in the second half, I would not rule them out. Kicker stats for Bayport. Let's see here. Coming into this, it just says 3 for 3 on the season. Oh wait, attempts made 59 out of 61. Extra points 3 for 3. Wait, I think he's only attempted 3 extra points, 3 field goals all year because it says 3 for 3 field goals. An extra points. It says 30. Wait. Wait, this is it, right? Oh yeah, so 30 is, so if anybody wants to know, Beckett Corton, his longest field goal this year is 30 yards. I want to thank our sponsors. Today's game is sponsored by Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. What a game.
Evan Wozniak kicking off for Arrowhead.
So 35 seconds remaining here. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Nobody's used a timeout yet in this quarter. I'm sure there's going to be some timeouts used in this final stretch if Bayport doesn't do it right back. I should never say never. And oh, Bayport drops the kick. Reception, and it'll be down at about the 28-yard line, so there will be no kick return back. So now Bayport will start out with 33 seconds remaining here. Please go back and show that on the scoreboard, that kick return for a touchdown. Just the way he turned that corner, I had a feeling he was going all the way. So 1st and 10 now for Bayport from their own 28-yard line. You can hear the Waukesha County people below us getting very loud. 2 wide receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Stevens looks back to pass, rolling left, evades pressure. Got to keep himself down towards the 35-yard line. Gets out of bounds. Couple yards, still short of the first down, but taking off about 8 seconds at least. 24 seconds remaining on this clock in this game. And you got to look for that big chunk of yards over the middle. And they still got 3 timeouts, so you can throw anything over the middle. So 2 wide receivers on the right, nobody in the backfield. Everybody's out now for Bayport. Stevens gets the pass, a quick pass on the left side. It's complete. I don't even think did he get to the gain even? I think it's going to be 3rd and 1. Orlando on the reception that time for Bayport, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. Coming up. 21 seconds the clock is down to in this game. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Stevens now, 3rd and 1. Gets the snap, looking behind. Goes deep. It's incomplete off the hands. And Bayport's season comes down to this play right here on 4th and 1. They have 3 timeouts. They essentially could run it up the middle and just try to get the first down and reset.
Down and 1 at the 37.
What I would do, unless you have like this big hole, you get the first down, just go right down right away and call a timeout. So 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Stevens once again back, empty backfield, 16 seconds left, 4th and 1 from their own 37-yard line. Stevens gets a snap, keeps himself up the middle, first down Bayport across the 40-yard line, down to the 44. Timeout called right away with 11 seconds left to the 43-yard line.
Brendan Foley made the tackle.
Timeout called by Bayport, 11 seconds remaining in the football season, potentially. Unless they somehow go down and get a field goal. We play more. Not ruling anything out. Yeah. So thank you to 314 of you watching live, or I should say listening live. On Zaleski Sports here right now. 11 seconds remaining in this game here between Arrowhead and Bayport. Excited to thank Matt Peck bringing you coverage so far. So many of our awesome team here. Mike Wendland, Steve Maves on the field, Elijah Vigsela producing. He called the last game. Mike and Steve called some games yesterday. 1st and 10 for Bayport coming out of the timeout now. They break the huddle from the 43-yard line. 11 seconds left, 43 of their own yard line. Stevens, nobody in the backfield. Stevens gets a snap, rolls back, throws quickly to the left side. It is incomplete, out of bounds. So 2nd and 10, 7 seconds remaining. Wait a minute, the ref's blowing this dead. There might have been a flag.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Orlando. Flag on the play.
They're moving up. There could have been a pass interference there or something. Let's see. Oh, pass interference on the defense. Automatic first down and a gain of 15. Yeah, that's now 7 seconds left. Now Bayport gets a good chunk. They could possibly try the field goal. Yeah, the kicker's longest is 30 though, so it's probably either, no, there's going to be a timeout called by Bayport. Yeah. This is a tough one because, like we talked about, Beckett Corden's longest field goal this year is 30 yards, and they've only went 3 attempts this year, according to the WIAA stat book that we have right here. Yeah, I think Elijah's right. I think they got to just try the Hail Mary because if somebody's longest is 30 yards, you're essentially at a 60-yard field goal with 7 seconds left right now. So it's one of those things where it's tough. Also want to thank our another sponsor, Mutual Wausau. Mutual Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualwausau.com to find an agent near you. Also, Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind roofing, siding, and windows, built to last, saving our communities from sculptorous contractors, and we guarantee quality you can trust. That's Infinity Exteriors. Sawyer wants to know how far the field goal would be. About 59-yarder, you said? 58, 59-yarder. There's 7 seconds left. Bayport on Arrowhead's 42-yard line here. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Stevens gets the snap. Looking to go right. Down the field. Pass is caught! With 1 second left. A timeout's going to be called. Oh my goodness! Ice in his veins! Completed to number 5, Jackson Atrovic.
31-yard gain.
Down to the 11-yard line. Oh. 1 second left. I was wondering if they're going to get the timeout off. It's going to be one of those things where thankfully you had timeouts left if you were Bayport. Otherwise, that game would have been over. Although they wouldn't have thrown that pass if they had no timeouts left in that situation, unless you knew he was going to get in the end zone. So this is going to be... See, Elijah, this is what comes down to, how much they have in their field goal kicker. I also want to thank one of our other sponsors today, Bound Wisconsin. Be sure to check out boundwisconsin.com for scores, standing stats, and written content throughout the week. I get my stats from Bound Wisconsin, and you can too. That's basketball season, football. Yeah, so we could essentially see overtime here if they kick the field goal, but I think you should kick it. I think you should try it because I think it's the best situation. You try to play it out in overtime, I think, in my opinion. Yes, obviously Arrowhead has not had any. If Arrowhead made it all their kicks, they would have won by now. They're not kicking. They're going for it. 1 second left here. 2 wide receivers on the left, 1 in the back. They're going for it all here. Bayport either wins, goes back to back or not. Stevens gets a snap, rolls to the left, and going to try to roll back. Goes to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Arrowhead's your Division I state champions in 2025. There will be no repeat in Division I. Arrowhead hangs on. And what a victory for Matt Harris and the Warhawks as they storm the field here at Camp Randall. It's been a while since Arrowhead's been here. They were here a lot last decade, and they come away with the victory. Better yet, what a season it has been for Arrowhead. They didn't even win their conference, and they win state. Either one of these teams, whoever would have won tonight, wasn't even the conference champions, and they come away with the state championship. But what a game for Arrowhead. And what does it all go back to? That kick return a couple minutes ago. And Arrowhead will shake hands at midfield with Bayport. And there the logo is up, and there's the Arrowhead team photo on our stream of the state championship team. What a run for Matt Harris's team this year. battled through Wausau West. They got a big win in level 1. Brookfield East, they just had to hang on in that game in level 2. Level 3, down big to Hamilton in the first half, came back and won. Last week, they fought with Wanakee in a defensive battle, pulled out the win. And today, after Bayport took the lead, they pull out the win once again. Bayport was one of those teams, too, as well, like last week. They went down, came back and won. It was going to be a matchup of two teams that had to come back and win in the playoffs. And we're going to be interested to see who would do it. And it ended up being Arrowhead. So both teams shake hands at the field. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, courtesy and NasonvilleDairy.com. Let's head to the post-game.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Back here on Zaleski Sports Nasonville Dairy post-game show with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, courtesy of NasonvilleDairy.com. Arrowhead does it. They win the Division I state championship to wrap up the state tournament here. Let's run down a little scoring. Arrowhead got the 6-0 lead in the second quarter. Then Bayport 7-6 at the end of the third quarter. Then Arrowhead had to score 12 to win this game in the fourth quarter. Bayport came away with 8. Final totals for Bayport: Matt Stevens, 10 for 16 today, 133 yards. No passing touchdowns, 1 interception. Matt Harris on top of the bleachers, 63% completion for Matt Stevens. Leading the way on the rushing side of things for Bayport today was actually Matt Stevens, not Brady Moon, with 128 yards. Receiving on the end was Orlando for Bayport with 50 reception yards. Arrowhead on the passing side. Now we move to Arrowhead. 7 for 13 was Hansen today. 88 yards, 54% completion percentage. 1 touchdown thrown today by Hansen. Arrowhead, Craig was the leading rusher with 62 yards. His longest was 11 yards rush at 13 attempts. Averaged 4.8 yards per carry today. And then Harper Hughes, the leading receiver for Arrowhead today, with 66 yards receiving. Longest pass reception today was 25 yards. Looking at team stats, Bayport finished with 347 yards and Arrowhead only 198 wins. But all that matters is who has more points on the scoreboard, and that was Arrowhead tonight. Pass yards, Bayport finished higher, 144 to 88. Rushing yards, Bayport also finished higher, 203 of 110. So yeah, Arrowhead looked good for them earlier in the first half. Later in the fourth quarter, you were wondering, and that kick return touchdown is what changed it all. Matt Harris, we saw a couple moments ago. We've gotten to know him. Even though we haven't done much Arrowhead football, talked to him a couple times. He's got to be feeling pretty darn good right now. The old Waukesha North coach.
The WIAA Executive Office and the Board of Control ask you to participate.
And here's one. So coming up tonight on Zaleski Sports on Facebook, you'll have our broadcast. There's our D3 is already out. I think D2 will be made tonight in D1. You'll have our broadcast broadcast audio with the highlight video from Mike and Steve on the field. But for us from the Milwaukee crew, it's been a fun season covering high school football on Zaleski Sports. It's over. It finishes with Arrowhead winning the state championship in Division I. You know what that means for Arrowhead? They already earned a game on our slot for next year. They're coming your way, Classic A, at some point next year. Arrowhead defending champions will be on the network at some point next year. I know they travel to Franklin, so maybe there. But we'll figure that out next August. But until now, basketball season starts next week. It's been a fun ride. Matt Peck, Elijah Vinksalata, Steve Maves, and Michael Wendland on the field tonight. Matt Peck, Elijah Vinksalata signing off. Arrowhead gets the win tonight in the state championship, 18-15 in a wild fourth quarter. We'll see you next year. Follow our broadcast on the Zaleski Sports YouTube channel. A bunch of winter sports actually going on tonight as well. We'll see you next week from the Milwaukee crew. Have a great evening, everybody.